Hey guys, and welcome to round five's judging of Reddit's Next Top Model. The theme this week was wind fans, and so, kind of inspired by some of the inclement weather some of us are experiencing, we decided to do one where all of the models were tasked with either finding a source of wind, creating the illusion of wind, using like a fan to create that perfect shot. So, let's take a look at what people came up with. And before we continue, we have our guest judge, John Myrtle, will be helping us score the photos this week. So everybody say hi to John. Alrighty, let's get started. Our photo of the week and top call out is it's going to be, looks like it's Kat. So congratulations to Kat. You are safe from elimination this week, and you're the fan photo of the week, top call out. Let's take a look at what she put together. So my immediate reaction to this photo, I feel like another really strong entry by Kat. Definitely one of our top contenders in general. I really love how she has the body positioning, and I love just the fire escape, just kind of city feel, even the trees in the background, and then the way she's looking off. I just think it really encapsulates kind of what I was thinking of when I assigned the prompt. Having that casual wind in her hair, looking off. She really gives the illusion of motion too with the side eye. I think that this is a really strong photo for me anyway. I think I'm gonna give this one a 9.5. My one reservation is I just wish that she had been a little bit more, it was a little closer up almost, or maybe at a slightly more artistic camera angle. I'm being very nitpicky here, but the flat on camera angles for me, I feel like there could be a little bit more done, if it was closer to the wall or something along those lines. But definitely no criticisms on the modeling. I think she killed it, and yeah, another great performance from Kat from my book. What do you think, Mr. Myrtle?
All right. Yeah, I love this one too. I completely agree with your comments. I love the side eye. I think this is a great photo here so far. On the contrary, I actually really like that it is a full screen kind of thing rather than a close-up. I think a lot of them so far have been close-ups. So I think this is a good use of kind of giving us the whole scope things. And yeah, I would give this one a 9.
Excellent. Cool. All right. Well done, Kat, and congratulations on photo first call out. Let's go ahead and move on to our next up. We have got Joan. Oh, and so for Kat's photo, she did add a quick description that she couldn't find a fan, so she ventured out in the fire escape and just went with the weather. And that it's not her favorite thing, the wind chill in NYC usually, but for purposes of the shoot, it sounds like it was quite an advantage. She wanted to show off the outfit and feel the wind in her hair and not fall over the railing onto the snow. So I think all of those things she achieved very well with that. And the fans definitely had a similar opinion in the comments. So great job, Kat. Next up is Joan. So she said for this picture, a lot of them have been really dark so far, so she wanted to camp it up with a Gap holiday spread. It was incredibly windy outside, but her hair was frozen, so she hoped she was still able to capture the theme in the pics. So let's take a look at what she came up with. So I really like this one too, and I love the diversity from Joan. She goes from this very dark, almost temptress figure to almost like a very commercial childlike joy, and this Gap spread. I definitely do get Gap from this. I think this is a really high quality shot. The one thing I would say is I think that it works a lot as a commercial shoot, and I love that. But I think that I would almost maybe change the third photo so there's a little bit more contingency between the three. In the bottom left and the side photo, I absolutely love, and I love her facial expressions and the angles. But the third photo, I think she is kind of a little bit more pensive. It looks kind of like the moment before the shot, and I think that if she had kind of maybe done a side profile or looked off to the side or smiled or something again, that might have created more contingency with me for the overall mood of the shot. But for the most part, I absolutely love this photo as well. I love the outfit she did. I love the areas she was shooting this in. I think this is going to be a 9 for me for Joan. So
Yeah, I also agree. I really like this one a lot. I do get gap from it. I think it really does tell a pretty good story with the three different kind of images that were used here to kind of convey the whole kind of campaign type look to it.
yeah.
The only one I don't necessarily like too much is the top left one. I think the looking down doesn't work for me as well as it does in kind of a more natural look with the bottom left one. I think, maybe if it was body was tilted a little bit more towards either the left or the right, I think it would have worked really well. But with that in mind, love the right hand side one. That's actually my favorite out of the three here. And yeah, I would say this one would be an 8, an 8.5.
Awesome. Very cool. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I think that is a really strong photo overall, and I definitely get the gap vibe, like from the overall and the way she edited it and the styling. So props to Joan. Another great performance.
Remind me here, you said 9, is that correct?
Yeah, I give her a 9.
Perfect.
Yeah. Cool. Alrighty, let's go on to Diego. So for his shot, he wanted to recreate a Matador pick, or Cara Dee's Melrose Matador pick with lots of wind and fabric looking fierce. But when he saw the pictures, he said it looked like he was falling. So the idea behind this photo is that he's an HF rock climber that is falling to his death while looking fierce. So let's take a look at what that looks like. So I think this one is like, I love this one too. I'm seeing a real thematic thread through a lot of Diego's photos, but I think he mixed it up a little bit with the expression. I see like a furrow of the brow. I think that I love the face in this one. I think it's definitely something new that we haven't really seen yet from him. I love the way his hair is falling back. Like, I think he really does create that illusion of motion really well, and I absolutely love it. I like the props. The one criticism I would have is I do kind of want to see a little bit more breaking out of his comfort zone from Diego. Like, I think that every photo he's submitted so far has been really strong, but they all kind of feel like they could almost be part of the same portfolio or campaign almost. So I think that if I was to give some feedback, I'd like to see some more with like him challenging to look almost straight at the camera or doing something a little bit less of a side profile. But with that small criticism aside, I think this is also a really strong shoot, and I absolutely love that you can see the like silhouette of his body positioning through the cashmere. I think that is a really cool effect he achieved with this photo. So this one's going to be an 8 from me for Diego for this challenge.
Yeah, I also really agree with this. I'm really glad you brought up, because that's the one thing that I wanted to comment on is the silhouette that you can see kind of through the fabric. And I think I really like the use of the props in this kind of thing that we're looking at right here. Same with the rock climbing wall, I think looks excellent. And yeah, the only other thing I would say, which is the reason why I wouldn't give it the full kind of thing, you kind of said it yourself, is I would like more of a profile kind of stance. I think that would have worked really well for this image. But with that in mind, I think the angle is still pretty nice. And I would say 8.5.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, I would say, I think I would agree with that. So cool. All right, let's look at the next photo, which is from Kylie. She said she wanted to do a full body shot since her previous photos have mainly been close-ups, and she had a lot of fun. So let's take a look at what she came up with for Wind and Fans. So I really like this one as well. I absolutely love the styling choice of kind of similar, but like the silhouette, like the all black against the more white wall. I think that it was a very clever idea to incorporate, I don't know what you would call that, kind of like confetti cape in order to create that illusion of wind and motion. And I love the body posture. My one criticism would be, I do wish I could see a little bit more of like her entire head. I think that if she just had that right arm a little bit further back, it would be a really strong shot for me, because I think that would have really kind of brought home her fierce glance. So I think that was my one thing. But I think this one's gonna be an 8.5 from me.
Yeah, I would say so far this is probably my favorite out of the ones we've looked at this week. I think it did a really good job of kind of doing the whole wind element to the prompt. Also, just the size of the pic, everything that we're looking at really reminds me of the parachute kind of photo.
Yeah.
If you're familiar with that one there, that's exactly the kind of vibes that I get from this one, and I absolutely love it. I would have given it the full kind of score if it had been more of a front-facing kind of angle, maybe like a side profile rather than tilting backwards. But with that in mind, I'd give it a 9.
Excellent. Cool. Well done, Kylie. All right, and then last of our finalists, we have Eva. So they were going for a dark storm makeup and background because of the wind theme. So let's take a look. Okay, this one, I really like the editing and the intensity. The closest up one I think we've seen so far. And I really like the emphasis on the fierceness of the face. My little qualm is I think, unfortunately, with looking closer, I love the dark background. But I think with the framing of the shot and the color of the gray, like when I first look at this, it looks like a super fierce senior photo to me for a second. And I think that if there was just a little bit more distance, or maybe just like a different angle, so like coming from the top or coming from the side a little bit, where they were like looking into the camera still, but like from a different, slightly different angle, I think you could have circumvented that issue. But looking at it, after a minute, it does look like that dark and stormy effect. I love that the shadow matches the background and just the overall fierceness. So I think this one is going to be a 7.5 from me.
Perfect. Yeah, I love this photo. I get exactly where they were going with the design, the makeup, the hair, everything. I think it is brilliant, especially compared to like what we've seen before. The hair slicked back kind of look really does give it the whole like wind in the hair, wind in the face kind of aesthetic, and I love it. And I am going to give it an 8.5.
Excellent. Cool. All right. So why don't we'll tally up the scores really quick, and then while we do that, we have the entries from Zach and Zach Swift. We can just give some feedback on, since they went ahead and added theirs as well. So we'll start with Zach with a K. So he said he was going for a mixture of ideas, the tornado windstorm in the background, but the movie Gone with the Wind is a heavy inspiration, so they played around with the fashion from the Carol Burnett Went with the Wind, where she wears the curtain rod and makes it fashion. I haven't done any pics in my alter ego Venus, so I figured this was a good challenge to blow the Reddit users away with the versatility, as I had a wind machine blowing on me during the shoot. So I totally get that, and I think this is actually my favorite photo from Zach with the K so far. I love the like almost like fairy tale old fashioned movie vibe they've got going on, and I absolutely love the positioning and the fierceness in the face. And the versatility with the different character. I think it just really works. So I think that's my favorite one from Zach so far. And I would have given this a 9 in competition from me. So.
Yeah, I agree. This is my favorite one from Zach so far. And also, now that I've seen this one, this is actually probably my favorite one from the week. I think it really got the whole set piece correct as far as what the prompt was for this one. Also, I love the use of the curtain rod and just kind of everything that's going on in this picture. I think is so creative. Really reminds me of just seeing the first time seeing the toilet paper one from the very first week and being like, wow, this is a lot of creativity. And then seeing it again, I love the consistency in that, and I would have given it a 10.
Excellent. Yeah, well done, Zach with a K. All right, so the last photo we'll look at, and then we'll review or announce our final scores, is from Zach Swift. And he did, he said, this week it was stunning, so he wanted to utilize his coat and jumping to make that lifted wind effect. He was also going for more of a commercial ad, so he threw in the American Eagles logo. So let's see what he came up with. So this one, actually, I really like this one as well. It reminds me a little of Jones' shoot in the American Eagle kind of commercial print way. And I think it absolutely captures that effect. I love the expression and the posture, and I think that definitely got the wind effect. I could believe that this was a shoot where there was wind. My only feedback is I wish I could see his face a little bit more. I'm not sure if it's just the picture is a little like blurry to me or if the snow is too much in the way, but I think this picture is really strong and gives that urban commercial vibe perfectly. I just wish that it was a little more sharp and I could see more of his expression. But this would have been an 8.5 from me.
Yeah, I agree. I like, sorry, it really does feel very American Eagle kind of style to me. I think it works perfectly with the chosen brand. I love the set piece, the clothes. I think I agree. The only thing I would have liked more is seeing a little bit more of the face. But other than that, I think it's great. And yeah, I would also give it an 8.5.
Excellent. Alrighty, so we got the scores are in. And well done, everybody. I thought this was another really strong week. It's so exciting to see all the stuff you guys come up with. Do you have any final feedback before we announce the scores?
Nope, I am good.
Cool. All right, so as you know, the photo of the week was Kat, so she's safe from elimination, and she was first call out. Runner-up was Joan by a very small margin, and then everyone else was super close. But at the by an incredibly small margin of 0.5, we have Eva is unfortunately our eliminated model this week. So thank you so much for your participation in this competition so far. I've loved getting to see your work, and I think everyone else has as well from all of the comments and feedback. So Eva, thank you so much for participating, and if you are still interested, I'll CC you on the next prompt email, and you are welcome to continue to participate as an eliminated model if you feel so inclined. So great job to everybody. Thank you guys all for tuning in and participating in Reddit's Next Top Model Cycle 1. And thank you to our judges for helping out and making this a reality. So awesome. Well, I'll catch you guys next week. So models, keep an eye out for the prompt, which will be coming soon for round 5. And everybody else, this weekend, keep an eye out for the new photos in the thread. So well done, everyone. We'll catch you later.